Greetings, people. Hopefully you can see and hear everything okay. It's been a while since I've done this from this great city of ours. Let me just test the audio here. Greetings, people. Hopefully you can see and hear everything okay. It's been a while since I've done this. Oh, it sounds like I'm gonna have to disable my... There we go. There we go. I just changed the microphone. It was a bit garbly. Hopefully the wind won't be too bad. I lost my windsock that I was using on this phone. It sounds like I'm gonna have to disable my... There we go. But hello there, Alicia Lewis, Sheena Roberts, Doubly Amped, Vivian Johnson, Skywalking, Coco, Anna, Peter McLean, Mr. Mountain Hiker, Mark M, Mary W, Jillian Felix. Welcome back. Let me make sure everything in my backpack is zipped up. Yeah, I got back 2 days ago, almost exactly 2 days ago. Yeah, the wireless mic is having some weird kind of garbled interference. So hopefully the wind isn't too strong. Either way, we're oot and a boot in Toronto. I just recorded a video, which will be on the channel tomorrow. Yes, I am stupidly jet lagged right now. Thank you, Mark S. There's a look at OCAD. We are in Grange Park. There's the backside of the Art Gallery of Ontario. Level 70 says, how is the jet lag? It is awful. I normally handle jet lag going to like a champ. And then coming back home, it kind of beats the ever-living snot out of me. Medano is here. Greetings. Riley Reed, Random Travels. Marge is here. Good to see you guys. I apologize for some of the wind noise that's going to be ripping through. I'll get that sorted out for the next live stream. But we should be back to streaming in glorious 4K. I had to reconfigure my streaming server at home. I set it up for 1080 and I had it configured to use Japanese and Singapore live streaming servers because they were closer to where I was. So just before I left my home, I had to kind of reconfigure everything. Peter McLean asking, hey Johnny, when are you coming down to Australia? I don't know, but that's certainly not something I'd be opposed to. Don't know how long we're gonna stream for tonight, but I wanted to get something in just to say hi to everyone. I should be up and running on the Sunday Night Live Stumbles over on the Johnny Stumbles channel on Sunday. Your neighborhood community center. Hey, we've got an ice cream truck. Don't really know where I'm wandering to. But yes, the weather today is very nice. Yesterday, I got a whopping 900 and how many steps in did I take yesterday? Oops, that's not right. I got 991 steps in yesterday. I think that is my all-time low ever since I started walking, probably. I was probably averaging over 20K on my trip. Level 70 asking, did I keep my Mac, the MacBook Air? I did. I used it on my trip. So where are we going? Are we going south to Queen or north to Dundas? This is McCall Street. Let's just say the Mac did well. There's some things I hate even more about it than I did before. I really got to find an alternative to Finder. That thing just sucks balls. It is terrible to work with. But overall, it was fine. I'm going to keep it for a little while. Jeanette Morales, $7 for whatever will cure your jet lag and exhaustion. And Mike Landry. Hello, Johnny. Welcome back to Toronto. Jeanette and Mike, thank you so much. And no, I am not sucking up, but if we ever had a Hall of Fame of viewers for this community, I think you guys would be 1A and 1B in terms of who gets nominated to go in there first. Thank you, Jeanette and Mike. I legitimately can't think of any viewers that have been with the channel as long as you guys. Thank you so much. Let's just enjoy this walk with the clear or almost clear blue sky and CN Tower off in the distance. How's the weather? Do you need a sweater? No, you do not need a sweater. The weather is nice, but I'm an idiot and wore one. We've got the big marathon this weekend. Says, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad to be back. It's always good to get a bit of a reset. I just recorded my walk right before this, and I was thinking if I'm up for it, I'll live stream. If I'm not up for it, I'll just get some food. Greetings, Peter Stock. Lorraine says, I have a great group of loyal viewers. We do in this community. And it was good to see a lot of people showing their support for Alex and Sign. They were a big part of the video I uploaded for this morning. I met them in Patong in Phuket, and they had me on Alex's channel for a walk, and they joined my channel right after. I kind of wish we did a live stream together. That's one thing I didn't do enough of on my trip. But last night I watched the Leafs seal a first round victory over the Sens. We saw Vladdy give the Jays a go-ahead home run. It's a good night for Toronto sports. I think the Jays are playing the Guardians right now, or in an hour from now. There's Salad King. Is it wrong to want Thai food even though I was just in Thailand? Although my last meal in Thailand was not Thai food. I was having kind of a rough night. So I ordered some room service and had one of the best hamburgers I've ever had. It was kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting it to be so damn good. I was staying at the Westin Grand Succumvit. I was hungry. I had to wake up at like 4 a.m. to catch my flight the next morning. And it's not often I stay in like a true 5-star. I was a bit surprised that the room service prices weren't astronomical, so I ordered a burger and holy shit, it was amazing. A dude dressed in a suit brought it up to the room. There's a look down Duncan. Speaking of Duncan, there's a man dunking Vince Carter. Oh, he says, why did Jay's game start at 7:07? Well, it's a little better than 7 p.m. Gives people a chance to tune in and get to their seats. It was good to see they flipped on the fountains at Dundas Square. Something's going on in there. There's flame sushi. So we found ourselves on Queen Street. Medano, 1973, $20. Welcome back, Johnny, for some drinks tonight. Cheers. Medano. Key member of the Mod Squad. Thank you so much for the support. Truth be told, I probably will not have a drink tonight. That's my way of saying I had way too many my last few nights in Phuket. But I will have one Sunday. But thank you, Medano. Thank you so much. It's good to be back, and it's good to see you back here. And we're at nearly 300 viewers, just 15 minutes into the stream. Greetings, Jeanette Lowe. It is a gorgeous day today. Vivian, I'm going to Nathan Phillips Square. I thought about going down to the waterfront today, but nah. There's going to be plenty of... Well, why is that guy going the wrong way? There's going to be plenty of really nice days coming up where we can do that. It'd be cool to see Ken. Where is he right now? Dre Forever. 20 super chat. Holy shit. Hey, welcome back, Johnny. I'm heading to India tomorrow on AC, then another country, and then Thailand after that. Dre Forever, first of all, thank you so much for the super chat. Second of all, I hope you have an awesome time. India, what country is in between India and Thailand that doesn't get named? It's just another country, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Thank you, Dre Forever. we've got another viewer who's going to Thailand in a week from now. Sadly, my traveling self is out of order for a while. I've got to get the passport renewed. But you know what? My last few flights on Air Canada have been kind of excellent. I don't really have anything to complain about. That's one airline that when they get it right, it's perfectly fine. And then when they don't, well, they can be less than good. I'm gonna wait for the next light cycle, I think. We'll just hang out on the median. Wilson is going to Mexico a week today. Awesome stuff. Linda says, welcome back. I need the hair of the dog after this trip. The bar and on a church in either Alexander or Wood. Is that what I need? Level says, did you need a visa to visit Japan? No. I don't even think you needed 6 months validity on your passport, but you needed that for Thailand. And in the video I just recorded, I talked about why I ended up in Japan and Thailand. Those weren't my original travel plans. Portich says, I know Johnny went to Mexico. Yeah, that was the first trip this year. So there's probably going to be 2 more trips. In the last 3 years, I've gone to Europe over the summer. The year before that, I went to New York City, but there will be no NYC. So I'll probably do Europe, and then we'll do another big long trip in November or December. But this sets me up to be in this area for the good part of spring and the first few months of summer. We'll pop into the left and check out Osgood Hall. Drew Patterson, $5 live stream in Toronto for the King's visit. Yes, I read that the King was invited to open up Parliament. Thank you so much, Drew, for the $5. And I don't know, I have a feeling the hotel situation in Ottawa at that time might be a little difficult to work with. But if I can, I would certainly like to go. Sean says, if you're a young man with nothing holding you back, why not move over to Southeast Asia? Da Nang, Vientiane look like great places to live for cheap. Oh, that thought has crossed my mind. I don't know about young. But every time I'm over there, after like 2-3 weeks, it's time to come back. I feel like if I lived over there, I would be keeping my apartment here and just kind of ping-ponging back and forth. I don't think I'm ever gonna not want to live in Toronto. There's work going in on the expansion of Osgood Station to accommodate the Ontario line. Sweet says Ken didn't know I was back. Where's that guy? He is my screen's too dull, but there he is. Walking down Spadina, it looks like. around the Daniels building. All right, let's keep moving here. Looks like there's wedding photos going on. We'll be nosy from afar. Oh, there's someone recording with a Pocket 3. Action Kid did a video on that this morning. Those cameras have become really hard to get. I think because of the tariff situation, DJI has not been shipping them, so North American retailers are out of stock pretty much across the board, and they've jacked up the price. Unicorn Power, $10. Never been to Japan, but your videos are convincing me it's maybe time. Better than any tourism ads. Unicorn Power. Glad you appreciated the videos, Unicorn Power, and yes, do go visit Japan. Thank you so much for the support. I don't know if I've been to Tokyo or Bangkok more, but when I lived in Seoul, I was very much a regular visitor to Tokyo. I know it's a big, huge country, but I would always go to Tokyo and Osaka, being kind of a city person. Let's wander over towards the Toronto sign. Linda Johnson says, hello to all the mods, you rock. Yes, thank you, mods. And thank you for showing up to the, I think, 4 live streams I did overseas. Don't forget Kyoto. Yeah, Kyoto's a beautiful city. It's a little bit slower paced for my liking in terms of a place to stay. But the good thing is, it's an easy day trip from Osaka, as is Nara and Kobe. Let's check out the Toronto sign. And I saw they turned on the fountains at Dundas Square and Nathan Phillips Square. We are into nice weather mode here in the city. How nice is this? Let's put the wide angle on. Kush 279, love your vids and streams. Cheers from Oakville. Thank you so much, Kush, for the 279. Glad you enjoyed the videos and streams. And I did one video a long time ago in downtown Oakville. Thank you so much. YH, blowing on the Indo game like Nintendo, 5% tits, so that's, you can't see through my windows. And go Cats, YH. All right, thank you for the fiver, YH. Much appreciated. Who doesn't remember blowing on Nintendo games? I don't know if that ever did anything. But we all certainly did it. Thank you guys for the support. Norm says going to Ripley's Aquarium in 2 weeks. Just got to take a 6-hour train ride to Toronto. Is that a via train? Thoughts, not that's. Oh, oops, I don't speak that lingo. Lisa is here. We started at one of your favorite places, Lisa, but you could probably see that in the thumbnail. Let's just sit down for a second. See where my lazy ass is, step count wise. After yesterday's glorious 991 steps, but we're doing a little better, 7490. I got to get that average back up to well over 10K on the week. We'll get up and get moving in a moment. Unicorn Power says, funny seeing people wearing both jackets, also shorts and t-shirts. Yeah, I think some people see the forecast and they're just kind of in a bit of disbelief. Like, no, it can't possibly be that nice. There's the sun. Eugenate, go Leafs go. The Leafs won, the Oilers once again knocked off the Kings, 4th year in a row last night. YouTube asking, are we back home? We are. We are back home. But sadly, they've still got this walkway above blocked off. Lisa's wearing shorts, but is inside. I'm probably going to go home, get a bite to eat, maybe on the way home. Get the video I just recorded before this up on the channel for tomorrow, just to make sure we get some more regular Toronto content. And then I'll lie down in bed with the TV on and probably pass the F out. Wilson says, is it ever open? Yeah, it's open frequently. I had an encounter with a very interesting individual up there last year. A guy who said he was gonna smash my camera. It's like, dude, you're out in public. Not only are you out in public, but you are in Tourist Central, where half of the people have their cameras out, and you're taking issue. That was a proper nut job. Robert, hello from the UK. Lisa doesn't know how people fall asleep with the TV on. I usually have the sense to turn it off. Once I know I can't stay up anymore, I just hit that power button mid-show, even if I'm really into what I'm watching. Wilson remembers that video. Wing Zero says, Toronto looks so different from Tokyo. You always wanted to visit Tokyo. Thanks for showing us Tokyo in this stream. Well, in prior streams. Thank you, Wing Zero. Although the last time I went to Tokyo, I made a point of streaming very regularly and making videos from all over. I didn't do that this time. I was mostly a tourist. I left my streaming gear and cameras at home most days. I did check out a few neighborhoods I've never been to. G-Spot is asking if this is Winnipeg. No. Helen, you're very welcome, and welcome back to Toronto in advance. Sorry for the wind, guys. I need to re-rig my phone up with the wind buff. I thought I could rely on the wireless mic again, but it was kind of crackling awfully not good. My English is broken at the start. Hopefully the wind dies down. As we look south down Bay Street for some reason. Cam says cherry blossom soon. Yeah, we'll go check them out. I'll probably do a Hyde Park live stream at some point. Greetings, Matt Chat. Hey, there's a Marriott. Thanks to one of my credit cards, I get a free stay at a Marriott property once a year. This whole intersection's closed. Well, up to 35,000 points. And I used my free stay at the Westin Grand Succumvit the last night of my trip. So now I gotta wait a year again, but it's a good deal. That hotel room was about $360 Canadian for the night. But my credit card annual fee is $120. So I basically got a $360 room for $120. But the other way to look at it is if I had to pay out of pocket, I probably would have spent about $120 on a room. So I didn't really save any money with the deal. I just got to spend a night in a pretty fancy ass hotel. Still worth it. And I think Westin hotels in particular have the most comfortable beds I've ever slept in. They actually call it the heavenly bed, and that is a very accurate description. Hey, let's go up this way. Robert says, my dream is to visit Toronto by yourself one day. It would be a lovely holiday. Well, I hope you make it happen. Yeah, Edwin, we talked about the King's visit earlier. He's coming to open up Parliament, which is cool. I was overseas for the election. G-Spot says you lived in a Westin hotel after your house burned down. That's a pretty good insurance company if they're putting you up there. Dre Forever will be in Pattaya and Bangkok in a couple of weeks. You might see Alicia there. Robert says, how far am I from the CN Tower and Gardner Expressway? Oh, we can't quite see the CN Tower, but I'd say about a 25-minute walk. Greetings, Cactus Steve. we've made it to Dundas Street West. Just kind of aimlessly wandering tonight. Do. Scott Blue 62 says recently found your videos as you're planning to move to Toronto this year. Awesome. I hope you have a good transition into this great city. And huge thanks to the nearly 400 people tuned in. Friendly reminder to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that fun stuff. Sandeep asking which camera do I shoot? Normally a Pocket 3 for pre-recorded. And a 15 Pro for live streams. BG says, wow, Johnny, you are back. You'll be going to Japan, then Taiwan, then Hong Kong soon. Wondering if I should add Thailand or Vietnam. Both of those are awesome. Be prepared for some of the best food you've ever had in either country. I don't think you can go wrong between Thailand or Vietnam. I will say, temper your expectations for the quality of like hotel rooms and Airbnbs in Vietnam. You can definitely do much better in Thailand, but you're also going to be spending a lot more in Thailand on day-to-day costs for the most part. There's a look south, down towards Nathan Phillips Square. Giving kids a chance to dive in. There's Best Buy. Word of the day says, will I be traveling to more places? Not anytime soon, at least not abroad. I almost have less than 6 months on the old passport. We're heading towards Yonge and Dundas. Eaton Center across the street. Gray Fervor says, Johnny's right. You were in Ho Chi Minh City last summer and previously Hanoi, and the hotels are so-so. Yeah, they're definitely not up to Thailand standard, but if you don't care about that sort of thing, if all you want is a bed and an AC unit, you'll be fine there. There's Joey. What a stupid place for that billboard. Just like cutting out half of the sidewalk space. Not leaving enough room to go around it to the right. Thank you, Mandy Haynes. Fine, sir. I will accept that verbiage. I don't know if it's true. frequency or length of live streams might be a bit down for the next week or so. I'm still in zombie mode, but I'll snap out of it and we'll ramp things up. It's the usual Busker Central over there. Go pop into the square. It's been a hot minute since we streamed from there. They've got the fountains running.
Which would make sense because
all right, I gotta mute it for a sec. I did not have an old guy on a guitar playing Backstreet Boys to get me a copyright strike on my bingo card. How nice is this? They've got the fountains open. Little ones are out enjoying. We are all Team Canada. Well, not everybody, but most of us here would be. You're visiting from another country. You might be confused by that. Here's where Hard Rock used to be, a rather iconic Hard Rock location. I don't know if they've reopened yet, but they're moving right up where Milestones used to be. Hard Rock Cafe Toronto. That might be worth checking out. All right, we're gonna move north. Word of the day says, what's your opinion of Dundas Square? It's so bad, it's good. If you visit Toronto, do visit it. Don't listen to the snobs who say to avoid it. Everything's worth seeing once. Come see it, make up your own opinion. You don't have to spend more than 5 minutes here to get the gist of it. And there's a bunch of other shit very close by that's worth seeing. It really bothers me when people say, oh, don't go here or don't go there. It's like, no, go see that and make up your own mind. That applies to traveling just about anywhere. Hates me for my answer. Hey, we're at 47 minutes. I would have put the over-under on this stream at an hour. But Yonge Street will wake me up for a little bit. Did I just swear? I don't know. Sometimes I do. Oh, I said shit. Is that a swear word? Shit, 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 shit. Let's see how many times we can say it. If you're offended by that, then may I suggest the Disney Channel? Look how lively and vibrant Yonge Street is, though. Little outdoor food market across the street. Chris Mill says that Corgi has different plans. I don't hate what this e-bike guy is doing. Fred Flintstoning it. Now he's walking. There's the Student Learning Center. Mary W. Hola. Let's keep going north. I stopped right in front of the place playing music, so that's on me if we end up with a copyright notice for that. Let's keep going. Lisa says Grange is a scene on days like this. It certainly was. Should we go get ripped off on more claw machines? I'm still bitter about that first claw machine on that live stream from Tokyo where I had it perfectly and that shit just slipped out. Zanzibar, a Toronto staple. As we go north up Yonge Street. Some very clueless people who lack sidewalk etiquette. There's a popular hotel to stay at, the Chelsea. I think it's got the most rooms out of all the hotels in this city. As we get to Gerrard Street, I'm not going to make the signal. There is a super tall starting to rise. Dre Forever says, have I visited South America or Africa yet? Neither, but I'd like to tick both of those boxes off at some point. As we look south and down Yonge, is there any software that can strip out copyright music while live streaming? Not to my knowledge. YouTube has it. You can do it after the fact. They have a tool where you can strip out background music if it gets claimed, or you can mute the whole section. I'd rather do it manually myself. I find I can get better results that way, but if I'm lazy, I'll just use the YouTube tool. But for live streaming, really all you can do is hit the mute button or just talk over it. Okay, Dimitri says you lived in Toronto for a year, and this walkthrough makes you kind of miss it. Just kind of. Hey, the OG Bonnie Boys is closed. And there was a Boston Pizza up there. I think that might have been where Lindy's Steakhouse used to be a long, long time ago. Thank you, DePace. Yeah, Lisa, well, after the stream is over, you can use those tools and you can either mute the song or cut it out. One of the problems is, oh, that's loud. One of the problems is, though, after you edit the live stream, A, you've already lost all the revenue from the views during the stream, which is most of the views. And B, you lose the live chat replay if you edit a live stream after. I know some people will message me saying, hey, why is there no chat replay on this? And that usually means it was edited. Chris Mills says another super tall. Yeah, there's that one, Concord Sky, one Bloor West, and the Pinnacle down at one Yonge all going up, although Pinnacle is by far the tallest now. There's also a Frank Gehry designed one on King West that'll be rising soon
And it's like
in the entertainment district. Greetings, Harjot. We are approaching College. I don't know if she made it on camera, but she went out of her way to strut her stuff. I was looking something up on my phone at the time. And I looked up and saw her. Let's go for it. Says, here's an interesting question for you. If the weather is clear, yeah, you can see the falls from the CN Tower on a perfectly clear day. You can at least see all the mist coming up where the falls are. That's really what you've seen for the most part. There's Hoops. Hey, Phuket Walk is here. Good to see you, Alex. It was what, less than a week ago that we recorded a video together? A couple of videos. You can see one on this channel and one on the Phuket Walk channel. Check it out. And again, sorry for the wind noise. I'm feeling a lot of wind I'm walking into. I'll get that sorted out within the next few streams.
No, literally, I was like, and he even looked like
JP really enjoyed the Tokyo McDonald's breakfast trips, except for the printing fiasco. That was actually a Bangkok McDonald's that didn't print my ticket after I paid. I had the notification that I paid, then I went to the counter. I'm like, hey, I don't know what number my order is. And the girl looked it up on the system. She's like, oh, just order again. Like, why is that your response? You want me to pay another $15? So I was like, no, I paid. Then she looked it up. It took her like 5 minutes. She found it, told me my number, and then it took like 15 minutes for the damn food to come out. Meanwhile, a bunch of people had ordered well after me and got their food well before me. Oh well. Created some drama for the live stream, I guess. But yeah, McDonald's is a go-to for breakfast for me when I travel. Can't go wrong with a sausage McMuffin or hotcakes and a coffee. My hotel in Phuket had breakfast included. But I ended up missing it a couple of times. Hey, there's Japa Dog. That place finally opened next to Haiti. That place has been quite popular. Where are we? We're an hour into the live stream. It's a little too early for me to go in and have Japa Dog for dinner. There's a place I finished a live stream up once, Firehouse Subs. High Bowl coming soon. Malaton. We are 10 minutes away from the opening pitch between the Jays and the team formerly known as the Indians. Hey, we are just a few viewers shy of the big 500. Thank you so much, everyone, and thanks for bearing with me as I am extremely jet lagged on this one. Robert says, I'm so jealous to everyone there right now, even though you've never been. You love Toronto. Dre just finding out there's a Fit for Less on Yonge Street. Hello, Huma? Huma or Huma? I'm sure I said it wrong the first time. Chris Bassett is pitching. Well, you know who won't be pitching? Kevin Gausman. Oh, this place. I went to a very high-rated donkatsu restaurant in Shinjuku. And it was excellent, but I'll maintain that is like the best donkatsu I've ever had at Mr. Tonkatsu. Do yourself a favor and check that place out. There's a location at Bloor and Bathurst as well. As we get to Wellesley Street, I say things wrong the first time. Most things? Most things. I don't know about most things. A lot of things, yes. Bill Chow, member for 28 months. I'm the 197th like. Thank you, Bill Chow. That is a lot of months of membership. Thank you so much, Bill. And to the 300 or so of you who haven't hit the thumbs up. That's cool. I'm not mad at you. Oh, did you see that video on Danforth? There was a food courier on an e-bike just riding along in the lane, and this really unhinged crazy guy rolled a shopping cart and kind of threw it right at the guy, and he wiped out pretty good. It was very disturbing to see, but good thing is the police say they caught the guy. Hopefully he gets charged and convicted with something that puts him away for a while. We know that won't happen, but it's really, really disturbing. That could just happen to anyone. Just riding your bike in a protected bike lane. Wild stuff. And it was a business owner who I think had her windows smashed on a few occasions with a brick, who installed surveillance cameras out front. He was the one who caught that whole ordeal on camera. He had a very clear shot of the guy, and that's probably why the police were able to nab him. Wilson says he was already charged. Yonge, talking about that Vietnamese restaurant we walked by. Here's a look at One Bloor East. That'll be topping out later this summer. It's now being built by Tridel. Hey, I think this guy's a TikToker coming at us. Yeah, I looked at his phone. He had a vertical video going on. That might have been a live stream. Saw that lady drop her sweater. I was ready to spring into action. But another good Samaritan beat me to it. H Hustle, yeah, I think the House of Lords used to be... No, it's coming up. That hair salon. Dylan Reynolds says, what are my thoughts about the Maple Leafs getting to the second round? Good on them. Good for the city. We got a few more rounds to go to get to the big dance, but we'll have to see how the next series goes. I had it on and the Jays last night, and neither team disappointed. Bill Chow, I don't know about that. I think he was just an unhinged, crazy dude. Yeah, fuck Doug Ford. He's fighting the injunction to prevent the removal of the protected bike lanes on Bloor and University and Yonge. Kid Comic Club, the musical. Rowan Music says language. Johnny, yes, I am using a language, the English language, as we look south. If you can't handle the odd curse word, maybe Find another channel to watch or get yourself some therapy. I'm not going to apologize for that. Hey, there's the Twilight Cafe. Local Brada says, how was Japan, Johnny? It was excellent. Other than the obnoxiously long wait to get into the country at Haneda. Japan never disappoints. And the yen to Canadian dollar is so much in our favor. It was honestly cheaper to eat at like good Japanese restaurants than kind of pedestrian restaurants in Phuket and Bangkok. And believe me, they have some excellent food in Tokyo. I think it's actually like the culinary capital of the world. They have more.
Hello, sir.
Hey, look who it is.
Welcome back from Thailand.
Why is your phone oriented vertically?
That's because I get the same amount of viewers if you guys are live.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
going
that
after
wasn't
the
horizontal.
short attention span crowd?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm catering the
The I hold my phone the wrong way crowd?
different people.
Hey, it's Canadian Vasily. How's it going? Got your Starbucks in hand?
People said you were at Dundas Square just as I approached. But I didn't see you there.
Oh, I probably started moving.
Yeah, you did.
Local Brad says I'm right. Yes. I'm not right on too many things. Dylan says, how is Japan? You're getting ready for beers and cheers at 11. Oh, Jeff from Travel Fund 69 is streaming on his other channel. I'm sure with the election and all, there'll be a spicy chat over on Jeff's channel. There's Vasily.
We're getting close to
He is playing hooky from being moderator. We're gonna have to slap him on the wrist for that. He should know better.
Well, if you go live at 1 a.m. Hello, Phuket Walk. Look who we have here.
Yeah, Phuket Walk is right here. He said, hi, Vasily.
Yeah, see?
There's Chick-fil-A. I'm just thinking what I'm gonna have for dinner after this.
Hey, Alex, notice how we're vertical today.
Jay Ang says, will I be live streaming the marathon on Sunday? There's an idea. I have not done that before.
There's another ballroom bowl.
I'm actually going to put some thought into that. Will I want to do that? It might be kind of easy. Oh, that girl just said, oh my God, it's Johnny Strides. I think she said that. Either that or I'm a delusional narcissist. Vasily, Lorraine says you got a nice haircut.
Oh, thank you.
But she didn't comment on mine, so I'm assuming it's not nice. Cam says, dinner, you're hungry?
Yeah, I'm looking out for you, Alex. That's why you can watch both me and Johnny at the same
Well,
time.
this is Blur Young. How long have we been streaming for?
Here we are, Blue Young. Hello, Alicia.
I've got a little bit more gas in the tank. I was really only going to stream for like an hour or so. But we might just keep going up to Rosedale. Level 70 says, did she faint? No, I think she was embarrassed. When I was getting off the plane, oh, thank you, Lorraine, the flight attendant was like, hey, you're the guy on YouTube who walks a lot. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Where are you heading? All right, take care. We're going north. There goes moderator Vasily. The Mink Mile. We'll save that for a future stream. Walking myself towards home now. Oh, we've been doing that ever since I turned north. Cam says, can we do mukbang? I maintain that nobody in the history of time has ever actually wanted to see someone else eat. That's more of a Johnny Stumbles thing when I order food on the stream. Maybe we'll do that on Sunday. Kurtej asking Alicia if she packed her luggage. She's not going till May 10th. I'd be packing my luggage the morning of May 10th if that were me. And if you're going to Thailand, there's nothing you can't buy there if you forget to bring it. Didn't bring flip-flops or slides, no problem. Need an extra pair of shorts or swimwear. It's super cheap and available everywhere. Don't like what you bought? Don't bring it back. But we have left downtown. There's the Toronto Reference Library. Balzac's Coffee. Pat75 says, Mr. Strides. Greetings, Pat75. Jason Smith loves the Sunday night stumbles. It's been a few weeks, but we should be back this Sunday. We'll see if I'm tired from watching people participate in a marathon. I don't know if I'll be streaming that. But there's an idea for dinner tonight. I was kind of feeling like Chipotle, but I'm also kind of feeling like not supporting them. And there is a Burrito Boys right at Yonge in Davisville. That might be worth popping off the subway for and checking out. Is Cumberland Terrace still open? Yes. Is anything in it open? Not really. There's a few shops open. Still alive and kicking, but Cumberland Terrace is still open right now. Drew says you don't get downtown until you get north of DuPont. Well, how can you be north of DuPont over here? DuPont ends at Avenue Road. I guess Davenport would be the spiritual successor to DuPont on Yonge Street. I don't know. My definition of downtown is just south of Bloor Street, Bathurst to the west, and the Don River to the east. Everything inside that cube or that box. That's actually the official definition though, so it's not really mine. I'd consider the annex to be downtown, even if you're on the north side of Bloor. And the weird thing is, this is where I'm a hypocrite. In my mind, this is not Midtown. Even though technically it is. No one actually refers to this area as Midtown. This is kind of like a no man's land, just north of downtown, but south of what people think of Midtown as. But if you put a gun to my head, I would call this Midtown if you forced me to give it a name. But colloquially, you won't hear people refer to it as that. All right, I think we're gonna just go to Rosedale Station here. Again, sorry about the wind noise. Drew says we all have our own downtown borders. It's interesting how sometimes you can punch something into Google Maps and it'll draw the outline of the neighborhood or area, but it won't match exactly what the city of Toronto has on their website. For instance, well, this is not an official example, but if you type Little Jamaica into Google Maps, it'll go way, way west of the area traditionally considered to be Little Jamaica. It'll go like all the way to Kiel. Grab and go, $6, Roll Star Sushi. It's a hell of a deal. Am I going to tour the new farmers market building in the future? I thought of it right when it opened, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because it was such a gong show. I don't think I would have been able to get clear footage. But I'll do a full St. Lawrence Market video at some point that includes both buildings. That's an easy one to knock off, and I think Sunday would be the right day to do it. Lisa hasn't had good sushi in so long. Oh, I went to a place called Kura Sushi in Shibuya, where I think I had like 8 plates and a beverage and a dessert, and it worked out to being like $12 Canadian. I have no idea how it was so cheap, but that's that weak Japanese yen helping us out. And it was cool. You would order your sushi on like an iPad, and then there was a conveyor belt, and it would tell you your order was coming, and then the sushi would come flying along the conveyor belt. Like, it wouldn't slowly roll in front of you. It would like behave as if it was shot out of a cannon. It was really entertaining. And then for every 5 plates you ate, you could put them into the machine and it would play this game that gives you a prize. Lisa says, I'm bragging. Maybe. But I also went to like a proper sushi restaurant. You'd sit at the bar and the chef would make stuff to order right in front of you. That costs like 10 times as much, but it was excellent. Let's spin around and get a look. Southdown, Yonge. Have you ever seen the Gong Show on TV? Yes. I went to the robot show, or the samurai show, what used to be the robot show in Shinjuku, the one that Anthony Bourdain kind of made famous. That was a trip and a half. Sheena says, that sounds awesome. I think it was Kura, K-U-R-A. I'm sure there's like YouTube videos on it. I also went to the Robot Cafe. Let's never talk about that experience ever again. Sheena says, what's my favorite sushi dish? I don't know. I had some tuna that was to die for in Tokyo. There's a famous Japanese sushi chef who opened up a place in Toronto. I forget the name, but he said the issue with sushi here wasn't that it's not possible to have really good sushi in this part, but the fact that we use all the traditional fish in our restaurant, like salmon and tuna that is shipped in and it's never fresh. And I think he made his all with like Great Lakes fish. And apparently it was excellent. I just missed my train. But I'm gonna go home and get me some dinner. I want to express a huge thanks to everyone. Oh, another train is rolling in. I might miss this train. I think I'm going to deliberately miss this train. I'll catch the next one. I need a minute to wrap up and put my stuff away. We'll do a little train watching, but I want to express a huge thanks to all our mods, to all the loyal viewers who tolerated me while I was gallivanting around Asia. It's great to be back. I'll have a Toronto video, I hope, up on the channel tomorrow. As these trains rudely interrupt me, I'll have a Toronto video up on the channel tomorrow, probably another one from the trip on Sunday. And I've got a few more videos from the trip, but I'll try to get a lot more regular Toronto content up. Hey, Rome with Sign is here. You can see Sign and Alex in the video I posted this morning. Go away, noisy train. I'm trying to make a video here. How dare you interrupt me? Yeah, huge thanks everyone, and big thanks to everyone who sent support. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. But it's time for that magic word. So I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. I don't know when I'm going to live stream next. But as I always say, I will continue. So thank you so much. Yoink.